arms. She stands beside the coffee line, one headphone in, a short on time, a yawn, a glance, a second lost, and sees a boy who's clearly tossed, his bag half zipped, his tie askew, his eyes still red but kindness grew. She steps aside just one small beat and lets him through to make his seat. She doesn't smile, just sips her tea, but feels a little lighter, free. Not every kindness needs a name or any thank you to reclaim. Early little things that change when morning brings, a doorway held and not a space that shifts the air, that leaves a trace. Early little things, invisible but still they sing. And somehow on this crowded street, two strangers' hearts began to meet. She walks past rows of blinking lights, a train departs to left and right, but in her chest a quiet spark of knowing soft can start the dark. No grand moment, no spotlight scene, just coffee steam and thoughts unseen. But these are how the days begin, with tiny steps that echo in. Early little things, no one really sees them cling, but when the world feels tired and gray, they warm the soul in silent ways. Early little things that give our ordinary wings. So even if the skies are pale, she smiles and knows the good prevails. Meadow rails in steady sway, another start to someone's day. She boards the train, her hands are cold, the silent smells of subway mold. The seat is free, but she prefers to stand and watch the blurred transfers. Across the aisle, a man looks down, his fingers fold, his tie is brown. He meets her eyes, then looks away. A moment there, then swept by gray. Not love, not fate, not something grand, just humans trying to understand why simple looks can weigh so much and linger like a breath or touch. Strangers in a frame, sharing space without a name. A flicker felt but not explained, like sudden clouds before the rain. Strangers in a frame, two lives that almost caught a flame. And though the stops keep rolling past, this one somehow might always last. A phone screen lights the ceiling cracks. She counts the minutes, shifts her back. He stands to leave, his coat too wide. She almost speaks, then lets it slide. There's beauty in the things unsaid, the paths we almost walked instead. In all the quiet things we miss, like echo shaped like almost kiss. Strangers in a frame, no memories, no shame, just fleeting souls in subway light, each carrying across the street, but sunlight dances at her feet. She walks the path she always takes, same corner shops, same garden gates, but something glows beneath a tree, a paper crane, a mystery. Beside a fence, a cat is curled, unbothered by the spinning world. A boy in boots helps tie a lace for someone small with sleepy face. No fireworks, no brilliant sound, but still her heartbeat slows down. These little moments slip like sand, but leave their warmth upon her hand. Passing by a gentle scene, soft as breath and barely seen, but in the hush her thoughts unfold like morning light in silent gold. Passing by a gentle scene, noticed only in between, and somehow in that fleeting view she feels the day begin anew. A wind chime rings above a door. She's never heard it quite before. A smell of toast, a curtain shake, a stranger waving half awake. She doesn't stop, she doesn't stare, but something shifts inside the air, and for a step the world feels right, like holding hands with morning light. Passing by a gentle scene where nothing shouts and no one leans, just tiny stories left unspoken in sidewalk cracks and windows open. Passing by a gentle scene that softened edges once unseen. She smiles, and though she won't be late, she walks a little slower straight. Yeah. Drop my change on platform floor. Of course it rolled right out the door. Ooh. Missed my stop again today. I smiled like, yeah, I meant that way. My coffee spilled, my sleeve got wet. Another morning I'll forget. But someone giggled 2 steps back, a stranger with a knowing laugh. We didn't speak, just shared a glance. In chaos, life still gives us chance. It wasn't great, but wasn't worse. Just one more chapter in reverse. verse. And if I frame it in the right tone, I'll tell it like I wasn't alone. Almost stories made of clumsy little glories, like wrong trains and broken zips, and awkward words that almost slip. Almost stories that turn our flaws to morning stories. They sting a bit, but fade with sun, and end with, well, that wasn't fun. Stole my change, I kicked it once, then felt so strange. A schoolgirl smiled behind her phone, like even fails don't go unknown. Maybe someday I'll retell this, with laughter stitched through every miss, like souvenirs from days gone wild that make me cringe but also smile. Almost stories, little bruises dressed as glories. They say you tried and that's enough to turn the mess into a bluff. Almost stories, not heroic, but they wore me, and every sigh or silent groan is proof that I was not alone. The rain began without a sound, no warning in the sky around. She checked her bag, no cover there, just papers damp with open air. The crosswalk flashed, the drops fell fast. She laughed and thought, well, this won't last. But then a shadow moved beside, a navy umbrella open wide. No words were said, just shared dry space and kindness written on his face. They didn't ask for name or time, just walked in step like rhyme with rhyme. And at the curb he turned to go, a nod exchanged, then soft hello. Borrowed umbrella from someone, not a storyteller, a stranger with a silent grace, who left the rain without a trace. Borrowed umbrella, now every drizzle makes her remember. Not every storm must drench your day, sometimes a roof just comes your way. She tells the tale like it's a dream, a fleeting act in soft wet beams. No message sent, no number caught, but still it stays, that warming thought. Not every bond is meant to stay. Some kindness reigns, then walks away. But in that brief and quiet span, she felt the strength of reaching Streetlights shimmer on the ground. She walks alone without a sound. A cafe they once used to share still plays that song. It fills the air. She lingers by the window glow, just long enough to let it show. A photo booth by corner glass still holds the laugh from summers past. She sees her face but not his side, a memory where time still hides. Some people fade, but not their trace. They live in songs in empty space. She doesn't cry, she doesn't call, just lets the night receive it all. Reruns on the walk back home, steps that echo, not alone. Even if the door is closed, even if the season froze, reruns on the walk back home. Soft goodbyes in undertones, she holds them gently in her pace and lets the quiet keep his place. The bridge they cross now hums below. A bus drives past, too fast, too slow. She sees two hands in silhouette, like ones her heart won't quite forget. She whispers thoughts he'll never hear, but speaks them just to keep him near, then tucks them in her coat and sighs. One more step, one less goodbye. Reruns on the walk back home, not regret, just softer tones. He's not a ghost, he's not the pain, just part of all that still remains. Reruns on the walk back home. And though she walks the path alone, she feels him smile between the lines, in echo shaped by passing time. Clock ticks off to 12:03. She's not asleep, she doesn't need to be. Curtains move without a breeze, the city hum is at its least. She lies beneath a ceiling crack, and all her thoughts start circling back to words she typed but never sent, to jokes he told that still make sense, to quiet nights that used to bloom like tiny stars inside a room. No reason now to reach or call, but silence builds a paper wall, and through its folds she hears his laugh like echoes from a different path. Midnight keeps his name, though nothing really feels the same. She traces letters in her mind as if he might still read the line. Night keeps his name, a gentle ache she doesn't blame. Not missing him like breaking down, but like a shadow soft and round. She flips the pillow, hides her face. No need for tears, no need to chase. But somewhere deep apart still glows for someone who no longer knows. We don't forget, we don't replace. We just learn how to give them space. Inside the songs, inside the air. In quiet times, they're always there. Midnight keeps his name, not with regret, not with shame, but as a truth she softly keeps. In hours where the city sleeps, midnight keeps his name. And even though she's not the same, she's thankful for the gentle ache that proves the love was never fake. Echoes of oh quiet the door. She hadn't seen that much before. A stranger smiled and stepped aside. She nodded back but hid her pride. Just one small act, no words exchanged, yet something in her slowly changed. The line moved on, the train arrived, but in her chest something survived. Like maybe kindness isn't rare, just quiet, waiting in the air. It didn't fix the world at all, but made her feel a bit less small. And walking home beneath the blue, she caught herself being kinder too. Echoes of a quiet good, doing more than thunder could. A look, a pause, a subtle shift that gave her soul a needed lift. Echoes of a quiet good, reminding her that life still should be shared in glances soft and true. So she passed on that warmth too. She let a child take her spot in line for snacks, just why not? The smile returned like borrowed light, reflecting back what once felt right. Not every change begins with plans. Sometimes it starts with open hands, and hearts respond like mirrored glass to kindness they forgot could last. Echoes of a quiet good in every small misunderstood. They spread like hold on to one. Their steps don't care, the day is done. She waits beside a traffic light, the golden hour, the fading night. A girl in braids runs up ahead. A boy says something, cheeks go red. They laugh like no one's ever heard, like love still blooms in borrowed shirts. And just like that, her heart believes in all the things she once received. Hope's not grand, it's not a plan. It's sidewalk chalk and holding hands. It's seeing joy in someone new and knowing that it once was you. Two hearts in a neon glow, teaching her what she forgot to know, that every story can restart with open eyes and softer heart. Two hearts in a neon glow, letting future gently show. And though her past still sings in blue, tonight she smiles for something true. A toddler points up at the moon. The mother hums a quiet tune. She watches through the cafe glass and lets the noisy evening pass. The world keeps turning fast and wide, but kindness stays and walks beside. Not in big words or grand displays, but in how we choose to stay amazed. Two hearts in a neon glow, lit in moments we don't know. A glance, a hug, a child's cheer reminds her why she's still here. Two hearts in a neon glow, and maybe she won't need to know where all this leads or why it starts. It's just enough to fill her heart. Keys turn slow in a quiet lock. The hallway hums the ticking clock. She slips her shoes off near the mat, feeds the cat, then hangs her hat. The kettle hums its low refrain. She watches raindrops kiss the pain. The day was loud, a little strange. Some plans fell through, some things changed. But somehow in this soft lit room, she feels the weight begin to bloom. Not every joy comes dressed in gold. Sometimes it's just a hand to hold, or knowing you were kind or true, even when no one asked you to. Light behind the door, she doesn't need much more. A blanket hug, a half-spun song that says you made it. Carry a light behind the door. Not perfect but not poor. She smiles and nothing, breathes in deep, and lets the world go fast asleep. A text unread, a book half closed, a laugh she heard, a face she knows. They all replay like firelight, soft echoes of a not bad night. She's not the hero in her day, but maybe that's still okay. She did her best, she gave her part, and now she rests her quiet heart. Light behind the door, a feeling she adores, of being safe in something small, of rising, stumbling and not falling. Light behind the door, she doesn't ask for more, just this to close her eyes and say, I guess I